Imagine living on a land where the earth itself is restless. The ground can shake at any moment. Mountains can erupt with fire and ash. Giant waves can rise from the sea and crash down with unstoppable force. And yet, this land is also home to one of the most advanced societies in the world. A place of bullet trains, robotics, and skyscrapers built to dance with earthquakes. This is Japan, a country of survivors. A nation that has faced some of the greatest natural and human-made disasters in history, and every time it has found a way to rise again. Welcome to Project NOTOS. Here we explore the great stories of history, science, and technology that shaped our world. If you enjoy learning with us, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join our journey. Your support really helps us grow. Thank you so much. Today we will discover Japan as the land of survivors. A nation living on one of the most dangerous geological locations on Earth, but also a nation that turned disaster into resilience and tragedy into innovation. Ready? Japan, we are coming. Japan sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a giant horseshoe-shaped area around the Pacific Ocean where most of the world's earthquakes and volcanic eruptions happen. Four tectonic plates meet beneath Japan: the Eurasian, North American, Pacific, and Philippine plates. When they push and grind against each other, the result is earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions. The country experiences thousands of earthquakes every year. Most are small, but some are devastating. The Great Kanto Earthquake of 1923 destroyed much of Tokyo and Yokohama, killing more than 140,000 people. In more recent times, the 1995 Kobe earthquake caused massive damage and took over 6,000 lives. And then there are the volcanoes. Mount Fuji, Japan's iconic symbol, is actually an active volcano, though it has not erupted since the 18th century. Other volcanoes like Mount Onzen and Mount Ontake have erupted in modern times, reminding Japan that the earth beneath their feet is always alive. When an earthquake happens under the sea, the shifting plates can move massive amounts of water, creating a tsunami. Japan has suffered many of these deadly waves throughout history. The most recent and devastating was the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. The magnitude 9 earthquake, one of the strongest ever recorded, struck off the northeast coast. The tsunami waves reached more than 40 meters high in some places, swallowing towns and cities. Over 15,000 people lost their lives. And the disaster did not stop here. The tsunami damaged the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, causing one of the worst nuclear accidents since Chernobyl. Radiation leaked, thousands of people were evacuated, and Japan was reminded once again of the delicate balance between human technology and the power of nature. But not all disasters in Japan's story come from nature, some were human-made. In World War II, Japan became the first and only country to suffer nuclear bombings. In August 1945, the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were destroyed by atomic bombs, killing more than 100,000 people instantly and many more later from radiation effects. It was one of the darkest chapters in human history. But from the ashes, Japan rebuilt itself into a peaceful, democratic, and highly technological nation. If you want to know more about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we already made a full video on that topic, which you can find here on Project NOTOS. Watch it after this one, link is in the description. Japan's answer to disaster has often been technology. Because earthquakes are unavoidable, Japan became a world leader in earthquake-resistant architecture. Buildings in Tokyo and other cities are designed to bend instead of break. Skyscrapers are built on shock absorbers that allow them to sway safely when the earth shakes. Even everyday homes are reinforced with special materials. Japan also developed one of the most advanced early warning systems in the world. When an earthquake is detected, alerts are sent to phones, TV broadcasts, and even to trains. High-speed bullet trains can automatically stop in seconds when a tremor is detected. Technology became Japan's shield against nature, not a guarantee of safety, but a way to reduce damage and save lives. Beyond technology, there is something deeper that defines Japan's survival: its culture. Japanese people have a long tradition of facing hardship with endurance. The word gaman means to endure the seemingly unbearable with patience and dignity. It reflects the collective spirit of keep going even after great tragedy. Another cultural idea is the kintsugi, the art of repairing broken pottery with gold. Instead of hiding the cracks, kintsugi makes them part of the object's history, creating something stronger and more beautiful. Many say this philosophy also reflects Japan itself, a nation that takes its scars and turns them into strength. But Japan is also a land of gamers, and speaking of facing challenges, here is the latest game from KR Games, Iridio. In this game, you'll explore a world full of fire and water puzzles, testing your wits and timing as you navigate tricky obstacles. Along the way, you'll also face fast-paced shooting challenges that demand precision, strategy, and quick thinking. Every level pushes you to adapt, just like Japan adapts to earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions. Whether you enjoy strategy, reflex-based gameplay, or simply overcoming obstacles, Iridio offers a unique adventure that puts your skills to the test. Iridio is available now in early access on Steam, and the link to play is in the description below. Thank you to KR Games for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back to our journey through Japan. Beyond the tragedies and challenges, Japan is full of surprising details that make its story even more fascinating. So let's take a look at some fun facts you might not know about Japan and its disasters. Japan experiences around 1,500 earthquakes every year. That's about 4 per day on average, most too small to notice. After the 2011 earthquake, the entire island of Honshu actually moved 2.4 meters east, and the Earth's axis shifted by a few centimeters. Japan has more than 100 active volcanoes, about 10% of all active volcanoes in the world. The Tokyo Skytree, one of the tallest towers on Earth, was designed to withstand even the strongest earthquakes. Even the famous bullet trains, the Shinkansen, are so earthquake-safe that since their creation in the 1960s, no passenger has ever died in a derailment. Japan will always face risks. Scientists predict that a massive megathrust earthquake could strike the country again in the coming decades. Volcanic eruptions, typhoons, and climate change also add to the challenges. But Japan is not only surviving, it is leading the way. The country's expertise in disaster preparedness, urban planning, and technology is now studied and copied by nations around the world. Japan reminds us of something powerful. Disasters are not just tragedies, they're also moments of learning, of adaptation, and of renewal. Japan is a land of survivors. From earthquakes to tsunamis, from atomic bombs to nuclear accidents, the story of Japan is the story of resilience. Every disaster has left scars, but also knowledge, strength, and innovation. As we look at Japan today, a nation of high technology, deep traditions, and unshakable spirit, we see not just a country that survives, but one that transforms tragedy into progress. This is Japan's lessons to the world. No matter how many times the earth shakes, humanity can rise stronger. Thank you for watching and for being part of Project NOTOS. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like the video, share with friends, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next episode.